I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that's reviewing. That's the last man standing on National Treasure Edge of History. Share with me in my pain because I'm in it. I'm going all the way to every episode. We got episode 7 now. Paulie here, back on the Latino slant. How everyone is doing? Make sure you are subscribed, and if you are so kind, throw me a super chat. PayPal, it's all in the video box description. Well, if you know this channel, you know, man, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I go all the way, and I have not stopped watching National Treasure: The Edge of History. We're on episode 7 from Disney Plus, and Woo, boy. I felt like I was the only man standing in reviewing this, and I checked out Rotten Tomatoes, horrible ratings on this. I checked out IMDb, and I will say, I'm in lines with IMDb with each episode. This probably is, and I don't know if this is a great thing. It's probably the best episode of the season so far. But then also too, I saw a lot of fellow YouTubers um, who've been reviewing it. So, I'm in solidarity with you guys. In solidarity. Well, as you know, my biggest problems with this show, those problems have not ended. And it continues. I will say my 2 favorite episodes, written and directed by Latinos. Is there a correlation? I don't know. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. But all I can tell you is those are my 2 favorite episodes. I looked up the credits. I'm like, by golly, it makes sense because there's some actual um, authenticity that's entertaining and not shoved down our throats, although that is still there. Okay, the episode is called Point of No Return. Basically, it's very simple. Jess goes to Mexico. And let me say this again, fellas, ladies, everybody. I find Lisette Olivera just to be an incredible actress. I'm telling you, when you have a star that's so um, you know uh, likable and charismatic, they can ascend the material. They can make the material that much better, and she really does, especially in this episode. In a lot of what she's doing, she really is taking the best of this material. So if there is a bright spot in this whole show, it is the discovery of this actor. And kudos to her for each episode and really working hard. She's got a future. Okay, so yeah, she goes to Mexico, and I will tell you right now, it's called Point of No Return. It is written by Paula Villegas Garruco, I believe, and basically it's become a battle between her and the Catherine Zeta-Jones character. She's going to go find Salazar, talk to him in prison. Where's the final box? Where's the final box? Well, and then her buddies are with her, and there's clues upon clues. So I guess because of that, it gets back to that little clues upon clues going into different areas of Mexico. That there's a slight bounce back with this episode. I'm going to tell you right now the scene here with Salazar, and we're going to go right now to spoilers because this is a big spoiler, guys. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is not Salazar. It's her dad, Rafael Rios, played by Jacob Vargas, who I absolutely love in so much stuff that he's done over the last couple of decades. Kudos to Jacob Vargas. Right on, man, getting this role. And it's a great scene. It's probably the best scene in the entire series. I am not kidding you. I am not kidding you because there's drama, there's an emotional payoff, then there's more mystery, there's more aggravation, and I cannot wait for more scenes between these two. In fact, I wish it'd been more of these two, but we can't have that because we can't have a father, a loving father. He has to have been his reputation sullied. him being a loser and all this bad stuff. And of course he's not. And we're starting to see that, the story unfurl because of he's making choices as to why he disappeared. And it was to protect his wife and his daughter. So that's not all bad. But besides this character, there's like no other men that are really like in a position to where they help the female character, the lead characters, because we just can't have that nowadays. They're kind of sideline sidekick buffoons. Even whether you like the co-stars or not. And really, that's it. He gives clues to then where to the location of where the final box is at. And of course, it's in a cathedral of sorts, a uh, a church, an old church in Mexico, and it's just well done. I really like that part. It was really cool. I'm again, I'm not crazy on how they're kind of butchering the history here, but when it's entertaining, I don't mind it. I do mind that wherever they can get a chance to, they're saying, well, that person was the first feminist in Mexico. Well, this and that. It's like, guys, give it a rest. Give it a rest. Please entertain us. Why would you want to turn off the male population unless you're just trying to tell them how bad they are? It just makes no sense. So yeah, they hunt down the clues and they finally get the box. Now, um, there's only one person that can read this map here, right? And that's her father, Rafael. So at the end of this, she says, I'm going to break out. I'm going to break my father out of prison. Great, great cliffhanger ending to the episode. Fantastic. She's determined. Again, she's very watchable. She's determined. This episode is not boring like the other ones. The biggest problem with this show, with this series, is that it's too long. It's 10 episodes. There's 3 more episodes. I cannot imagine, this thing at the most should have been 4 to 6. It should have been a movie. Would have been a kick-ass movie. Um, and you take out, just please take out all the political and social garbage. Just tell the story. There's already enough wealth of information, and you can get your message across. But you can't have that today, guys. You can't. So those are the pros that I have there. There's also a scene where they're in Mexico. This is before she goes to the prison to visit and she doesn't know it's her dad. She thinks she's visiting Salazar. Um, Good little kudos to the writing of Paula because there is a scene where she's shopping. They're in Mexico, and there's nods to the culture and to where this one trio of musicians is playing the great song Volver Volver. And look, I like that, but it doesn't make for a great show. It just shows that there's a little kind of authenticity that's not, bogged down in any victimhood or, you know, you know, I honestly really, really hate the fact that they're playing up this DACA stuff and how she shouldn't have gone to Mexico because it's a point of no return. It really does a huge detriment to this character. And there's so many millions of us Mexican Americans that I think you would have been just as compelling. So yeah, out of 5, best out of 5, we'll go back up the ladder. I don't want to, I'm not trying to like get too excited about this, but we'll go 3.5. 3.5. I don't know. I can't remember what the last one was. I'm almost afraid to give it a 4. It's a 4. It is a 4. It is a 4. There's a few annoying little lines here and there, but I got to tell you, the pace moved. There was the payoff with the father. A lot of good stuff in this episode. So, wow, what you talk about a schizophrenic show, man. But I'm in this for you, man. I'm in this for you. So that's the name of the episode, Point of No Return. That is my review with spoilers. Check out the actor Jacob Vargas. He plays the dad. Kudos to him. Great conflict here, guys. There's also uh, uh, some good conflict with all the other characters as well. The FBI hunting down and not believing that Jess is framed for the murder of Sandusky. So there's a lot going on. All right, not bad. All right, well, there you go. What do you guys think? Let me know. And wherever you're at, keep that slant fuerte. Il volver, volver, volver.